Hello and welcome to another Yeldy Battle Reps 40k report. Got a 1000 point game. My Dark Angels versus Phil's Deathguard. Phil's back. Looks impressed with me on film. Look, I'm in the background, look, you can see me in the window. So just doing a small 1000 points, doing on a 4x4 board, that's what the tape's for. We're playing Ascension, which has 5 objectives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've both taken the mission-specific secondary, which is to do with the middle objective. You get more points for holding that. I've got Odes a Moment and Raise Banners. Phil's got To the Last and Spread the Sickness. I think that's everything for the mission. Yep, and then, so I've got a Vanguard detachment. I've got my Master in Terminator armour. I need to give him a name, really. So he's got a Relic Blade, Combi Melter, and the Imperium Sword. Got a standard librarian. I know it's the Cypher model, but the model's really cool, and I don't like the librarian models. He's got Trephination and Aversion, and obviously Smite. Got standard Dread, Twin Lars and Stormbolter. Unit of 5 Tactical Marines with a Flamer and a Power Sword. 5 Deathwing Terminators. They're WYSIWYGs, so I've got Assault Cannon, Power Sword, Chain Fist. On this side I've got 4 Ravenwing Bikers. They're almost WYSIWYG, apart from there's no Plasma. So it's just 3 standard guys. They've all 3 standard guys have got Astartes chainswords. They haven't got bolt pistols, which I don't care about. And the guy's got a power sword. And then I've also got, in Deep Strike, 5 Deathwing Knights, because they're amazing. Phil, what have you got? Your Warlord is this guy?
It's the Wretched, the company. That's the Warlord. He's got Arch Contaminator. The Relic, the Demon's Favour, which makes his fall rate better.
Ugh.
He has an extra spell and a free reroll.
Yeah, it's paid a CP to make him better, yeah.
He knows Miasma, Curse of Leper, Putrescent Vitality.
Okay.
Troops, Foxwalkers, 5 Plague Marines, another 5 behind the wall.
They're just bolters and
Power Fist. Yeah.
Yeah. And you've got 7
Terminators. Yeah, 1 flail, 1 blight launcher, the rest are combi bolters.
Okay. And have they got like a mixture of axes and swords, or have they just got?
Yeah, whatever's on them.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
And
like,
Flesh and Mower.
And I think you should show your cool. Because
I stole it off Facebook. So
yeah, it doesn't matter. So it's magnetised on there as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's cool. So you could have that. I think it's cool. I think it's cool.
The entropy cannons and the slugger.
Cool. So I'm going first. So hopefully it'll be quite a quick report with only 1,000 points. I'll try and zoom out a bit so you can see the battle report. So we got some new terrain. Yeah, some big rocks. Wanted to show them off, so why not? So we'll come back after Dark Angels have done something. Okay, almost at the end of Dark Angels turn 1. So the guys just sort of moved up. They moved up there and ran to the objective. They're not quite, they didn't want to advance them. Shooting was fairly uneventful. They fired at the Plague Marines and did nothing. They barely hit and didn't wound. These guys fired everything, including my Master, everything at the Poxwalkers. Killed a few, and with a Smite as well, and the Stormbolt on the Dreadnought, 10 are dead, so there's only 5 left. Shame they don't take morale. They're dead. So these guys obviously can't shoot. He failed Aversion twice. Idiot. So it's just Twin Lars, which are going into the tank. So 2 shots, 3 rolling 1s, 2 hits. 1 wound, and I think I'm going to CP that one. 1 wound. -4.
So.
Oh, damn it. Okay. I raised the banner over here. Yeah, I raised the banner. So I think at the end of turn 1, I might get some points for Odes, but I can't remember. So I'll calculate that in a minute. But I haven't got any points for Ascent. I've also got a banner raised. So yeah, on to Deathguard, turn 1. Okay, we're at pretty much the end of Deathguard shooting. We've got a couple bits of a tank left to do. There's obviously couldn't fire. Most things have fired at the bikes and killed 2. Taken a wound off this guy. And now it's just a tank left. So yeah, the Terminators split fire and killed. They did really well. I mean, I kept rolling 1s for their wound save, for their saving throws. So the tanks left, you've got the entropy cannons going into the bikes, and the mortar is going into the Dreadnought. So entropy cannons first.
Yep.
1 hit. Strength, loads. Well, 4 will wound, won't it?
Yeah.
Minus.
-4.
So I got a 5+ in run.
Yep.
So Raven Wing. Nope. Damage.
D3 +3. So
That's a good one.
1 bite.
Yep. So another bite's gone. So 1 guy left. Looking very lonely. And the
mortar.
Yep. 4 shots.
4 shots.
Oh, so they got a version off. You'll be hitting on 4s. That's okay because you rolled all 2s.
Yep.
So we'll miss. Ah, it saves them to survive another day, mate. Okay. Then they got your charges because they advanced, didn't they? So that's the end of your turn. So you spread the sickness with those guys as well, didn't you?
Spread the sickness on that one, yeah.
Yeah, and that's probably it for points for you. Yeah, well, to the last is relevant and spread sickness. Yeah. Okay, cool. On to Dark Angels turn 2. Okay, end of Dark Angels turn 2. It wasn't a particularly exciting turn really. Bite came over here. Knights dropped in. Did manage to get a version off this time, so the tank's -1 to hit. Basically, with a combination of sidekick and shooting, I've killed the Poxwalkers, taken 3 wounds off the Blight Drone, and done nothing to the tanks to keep saving stuff. Raised a banner over here, and I'll get some more points for oaths and things. But yeah, this is what it looks like at the end of Dark Angels turn 2. Time to take another round of shooting from the Deathguard. So I've killed the weakest thing so far. But you're not on that objective, so you get 5 less points.
Yeah.
So it's worth it for that to some extent. Okay, Deathguard turn so far. So we're in the shooting phase. This guy jumped up to claim this objective. Was contesting it with that guy. These ones move back a little bit, trying to have to run away from them. And they spread the sickness on there. Those guys advanced round. The tank moved on, so it's holding that objective. Terminators move round. You managed to do miasma on the Terminators.
Yep.
And you failed
Curse of
Leper. Well, because you got failed a double 1 for miasma first, but gets a free reroll and couldn't use the free reroll on the next one. So now he's firing a lot of weapons at least Deathwing. You've done 2 strats.
2 strats.
1 for +1 to hit. So on 2.
Burmid Whispers, +1 to hit, and Virulent Rounds to turn the bolt weapons into plague weapons.
Which means they reroll 1s to wound.
Reroll everything because Arch Contaminator on the Warlord.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's your blight launcher.
He's out of range of Arch Contaminator, so he's missed.
Okay.
And then the bolt.
These are 2s to hit. This is the way to kill Deathwing Terminators, to be honest with you. Just wait to fire. That's all but 1.
Yeah.
So 4s to wound because of the Deathwing. But re-rolling everything. Good thing you're re-rolling everything there, I reckon. Try and get a bit further out so you can see the dice roll better. So 5 wounds so far. That cocked one you can re-roll because you always re-roll it. Oh, never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. So got 10 altogether?
11. No, 10.
Okay, 10. Okay. And no minuses?
No.
Nope. So 2+ save. And they all survive. Oh man, that cost you like so many CP as well. That makes up for the terrible saving on the Raven Wing though,
Yeah.
which I rolled 6 1s to get them. Right, do you know what you want to fire a tank at? What do you want to have a think?
Cannons into your... Actually, stick into your Dreadnought.
Okay, we'll come back in a second anyway. Okay, back again, sorry about that. Had a small person wake up. So Phil's firing everything from the tank into Terminators.
Yep.
So Stubber first. What do you want to do? I don't know what everyone do first.
Yeah, Stubber.
So he's hitting on 4s now because he's aversioned. So 2 hits. Strength 4. 1 wound.
Strength 5. Strength 5, yeah.
No AP.
-1.
Okay, well, it's 1 suffered a wound. So 1's down to 2 wounds. I'll put it on you. Okay. HP cannons.
Yeah. No, I'll do the mortar first.
Okay. Oh, 6 shots. I don't think I've ever seen you roll badly for number of shots on this mortar.
Well, I never hit with it. I get loads of shots.
So 4's to hit because of thingy.
So 2.
Yeah, 2 hits. Strength. Well, you're winning on 4s anyway.
Yeah.
The Terminators. Actually, yes, that 3 wouldn't have wounded. Earlier, you did a 3 to wound and it wouldn't have wounded.
Oh, okay.
I'll roll in seconds because I rolled 2 dice and one of them was a fail. Tell you what, on a 4+, that the failed one wasn't the wound, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you didn't have a wound, then we rolled it. Right, now we're back to here. So that 1 wound.
Yeah.
Minus
4.
Oops, my finger in the way.
No, 4.
Well,
It was the
Well,
minus 2.
I got
Anyway.
6+ save anyway. So 6+ in fun.
And cannons.
No hits.
Oh, okay.
Blimey, like that's really scary.
You did get some more, possibly some mortal wounds though.
from being hit by the
Splash damage. Yeah.
splash damage. Okay.
We'll have to check that.
Okay, cool. Right, so the splash damage managed to do a mortal wound to all of the units within 3 inches of the Terminators. So Phil fired a whole unit of Terminators and a tank at these Terminators and didn't do a single wound, but managed to win everything around them.
Yeah.
Randomly. Okay, right. So Phil got 3 points for sickness, and obviously 5 points on the primary, and that's it. So I'll start with and I'll get another point now for no one fleeing, and also I'll get 3 more points for oaths as well. So, yeah, I think that's everything I was thinking of. Yeah, cool. Right, Dark Angels turn 3. Okay, Dark Angels, we're at the shooting phase. So far, Death Knights have moved up. They're just within 3 inches of that, so that's good because they've got obsec and that kind of moved round. They obviously stood still. They've all stood still over here, apart from the librarian who's kind of run around a little bit. He managed to get a trephination off and did 2 mortal wounds to this guy, and a combination of these guys and my master, who's got a common melter. I don't know if I mentioned that at the beginning. They killed him, which is great. He did a forced explosion there and did a mortal wound on all these guys. A bit annoying. And now, basically, all these guys have to shoot the Terminators and the Dreadnoughts. So Dreadnought's firing everything at the tank and has so far done 2 wounds with the Stormbolter, which is pretty impressive. And now firing a Twin Lad. Now, he hasn't moved. I've spent a CP on Wisdom with the Ancients to reroll 1s to wound as well. So 2s to hit, 2 hits, 3s to wound. 2 wounds, didn't need the rerolls, but 2 wounds. So on your in run. So one fair one. D6 damage. 6. Which is 5, isn't it? Because it's Deathwing. Deathguard, sorry. So 5 wounds left. So is he now hitting? He'll be hitting on 5s now, won't he?
Something shit, yeah.
Because you're -1 because of version as well.
3 to 5, yeah. Hit on, yeah, all 5s.
So what I'm going to do now, which I might not film because it can be loads of dice and hard to hold, I'm going to fire all of the Terminators at it as well. But I'm not going to film that because it's just loads of dice rolling. So I managed to do a fair bit of wounds. I can't remember actually how many it was altogether now, but he's got 2 wounds left, and with a version he's now hitting on 6s, so he's a lot less scary. Because all these guys heal still. They're still scary. So now my knights are going to have a go at charging in on these 3 guys here, and then they'll just probably sit there all game on that objective if they get there. So I need a 6, I think it was. Yep, that's a 9. They're in, and I'm probably trying the bike in as well, I reckon, but I'll do it off camera. So they got the charge in and annihilated those Plague Marines really easily. So at the end of the turn, I got some more points for oaths, for killing some stuff, and not fleeing and holding the middle. I got 3 points for ascend because I helped the middle objective at the end of the turn, and raised balances before, so that's fine. So now it's on to Phil's turn. 3 for Deathguard. So we're on Deathwing. Not Deathwing. I got Deathwing. You got Deathguard. So beginning of turn, Phil got 5 for primaries again. Not spreading any sickness this turn, are you? You haven't got any thing to do with, really, I suppose.
No.
No other VPs for anything to worry about. These guys all moved up into the middle. They had a pretty good psychic phase. But he killed the Dreadnought in the psychic phase. just him. You did
Miasma on the Terminators.
Terminators and did, I think, 2 mortal wounds to him with the Pestilential Fallout. Yeah. Then did a smite and got a double 6 and decided to keep it and kill the Dreadnought with it, like quite securely, and took 3 wounds yourself. But you did kill Dreadnought, and he is quite a scary thing to have around. So shooting, he's done nothing. So he took 1 wound off the biker. I've had to roll. So they fired at the biker, caused 1 wound, and I rolled a 1. He fired the slugger at the biker, caused 1 wound, and I rolled a 1. And then everything else fired at the... Oh no, you killed 2 guys here, didn't you? With the mortar. Needed 6s to hit, rolled 3 6s to hit. Yeah. Killed 2. That 1 didn't need to be there. And then the entropy cannons went into Terminators and didn't wound. And now it's these guys firing into Terminators, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's done ascendings before, +1 to hit, and play weapons now, so we roll ones, we roll everything to wound, isn't it?
Yeah.
For him. We'll do it over here, so there's more space.
Hitting on 2s.
2s. 1, 2, 3 ones. That's better than last time where you didn't get any miss at all. Oh, you have got more shots this time. 20 shots altogether this was. And then 4s to wound because it's Deathwing, but re-rolling. Again, another bad, very bad wound roll. That's exactly the same number of wounds you got the first time you did your roll.
So
Would you get the same again?
Yeah. Another 5.
Exactly the same as last time. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 22s. 1 takes a wound. So 1's down to 1 wound. Deathwing is so hard to kill. it's the only wounding on 4+, that's such a pain.
Yeah.
Got your blight launcher.
Blight launcher, yeah. You missed again.
2 hits. Strength, well, 4s.
1
wound.
Mine's 2 8.
Okay, so 4s.
Yeah.
Saved. Cool, got my finger in the way there. And you said you weren't going to charge, or are you going to charge?
I'll probably just have to stay there now and get some points held in the middle.
Yeah, I think that's probably better. You get 3 points. Now holding it, you're holding 2 objectives. So as long as I don't kill all the terminators, which is unlikely because they're terminators, you'll get 10 points next turn. Whereas if you charge, I mean, you've seen how hard it is to kill terminators.
Yeah.
And then my warlord will probably might be able to heroically intervene, and he's pretty hardcore. We'll see. Be interesting to see what happens next. So yeah, at the end of the round, you'll get 3 points for ascend because you're holding the middle objective, and that's it. Okay, on to Dark Angels turn 4. So just summarising the whole of Dark Angels turn 4 because it was fairly straightforward, really. Slightly better against Terminators than I could have hoped, really. But so Deathwing Knights moved up a little bit. Not much point with next turn's last turn, but they raised a banner on here as well. They stood still. The Librarian moved around just to get me the last 2 points for Oaths. He did well though. He killed 2 Terminators, I think, by himself.
Yes.
Did Trephination and got an 11. Killed 1. Did a Smite and got 3. So he killed 2 Terminators. He's done very well actually this game in the end, apart from the first turn rubbishness, but he's done pretty well. And then a combination of these guys and the Assault Cannon killed another Terminator. So you've only got 4 left now. And then the Storm Bolters managed to finish off the tank, which is good. So all Phil's got left is 4 Terminators who need to take a leadership test. Possibly. That guy.
9.
If they're 9, then they're all right.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, on to Deathguard turn 4 as well.
Cool.
You'll get 10 points for primaries because you're holding 2. Because you've got more people, the unit's bigger. And that's it. So yeah, Deathguard turn 4. Okay, end of Deathguard, almost to Deathwing again. Deathguard turn 4. Terminators just moved up here. They moved around. They just stayed there, didn't they? Psychic Phase, unfortunately, I managed to deny both the powers. We tried to do a Miasma and a Smite, and I got both of them denied. I denied one with the Librarian and one with their Watcher in the Dark, which I hadn't used yet. Shooting Phase. What did you even fire?
I didn't do anything, I don't think.
Oh, you fired at these guys and didn't do anything. And they...
Fired at the Terminators.
Terminators didn't do anything, yeah. And then in the fight phase, they obviously charged Librarian. The flail didn't manage to kill him, but the swords killed him quite easily in the end, so there's a dead Librarian. So at the end of your turn, you just get the 4 points for Ascend, and that's it. I'll get 15 for Primary again, and 3 for Raised Banners, beginning of my turn. It's my turn 5 now, so it's my final turn. So I'm going to see if I can kill, how much of you I can kill, really. Hopefully everything in the middle is the plan. Okay, on to, Dark Angels, turn 5. Okay, just rounding off the end of the game now. It's the end of Dark Angels and Deathguard, turn 5. You can see what the board looks like. The Deathwing just got into the middle and they just destroyed these Terminators. So I got some shots in, I did a couple of wounds, and then they just... I think this guy killed 1 by himself, or 2 by himself, and these Power Fists just finished them off. These guys moved around. They failed their charge. I had an 18 charge on this guy, but they failed it twice. And Phil just did a token couple of spells on his go to see what he did. He actually killed 2 Terminators by himself in the last turn, so he can do stuff. I think he was pretty good, to be fair. I think he did all right.
Yeah, I think he got up closer to start with. I could
Yeah, we're having a chat about what went wrong, because I won 91-47, so quite a comprehensive win for Dark Angels. I think what went wrong. Part of it, I think, was also like to the last. Not sure that was the right one to go for, but I don't know what else you could go for.
Yeah, they've got hard with the secondaries, I find.
Yeah, Spread Sickness is a good one because it's easy points. Because you haven't got like hold objective afterwards, and Ascend was probably a good one to go for because it was about that middle objective. But to the last, you're getting none on a secondary. It's a bit of a shame, really. But I mean, for me on this side, I mean, these guys did exactly what they're supposed to do. They just sat back here and got me 20 points as back objective and 4 points for 5 points for raised banners. They got 25 points by themselves. Sat back here. 20 points for primaries and 5 points on raised banners. They did kind of what they wanted to do. I mean, ideally they probably would have come this way and been hitting the Terminators, but they pushed off the unit, they held that objective, they raised a banner. Not much else I'm going to ask for them really, but like I said, the MVPs of this game were these Terminators here. They just didn't die. They took so much firepower. They did, I think, 2 lots of full rounds of shooting from Terminators, at least 2 rounds of shooting from the tank, and they did nothing at all to them. They just couldn't wound them, and then I was just saving everything. So they did really, really well. The Librarian did pretty well. Not so great on turn 1, but he killed a couple of Terminators and averted on the tank as well. So hitting on 6s, he did well. Interesting, because this is I'm quite pleased with my no Primaris.
Yeah,
and I kind of feel like you don't need in Dark Angels you don't need Primaris because the Deathwing and Ravenwing are so good. I mean, you can obviously bring Blade Guard, which are Primaris, but I prefer Terminators. And you can bring Outriders and things, but I do quite like my Firstborn Dark Angels. They're classic, and I like my Fort World Captain. It's one of my favourite models. But yeah, what we'll do, chatting again about after the game and stuff, and what we might do for our next game. Because the fun thing about doing 1,000 points is it's over in a couple of hours. Is I might bring exactly the same list, but Phil could bring a very different one and see if he could do better. Maybe more Terminators.
If I can lose in a different one.
Right. Yeah. But we'll see, because I bought a very elite list and you bought not so elite, and I think it showed that the elite could do better with the Terminators and the Dreadnought. But so the Plague Marines didn't be doing. The Poxwalkers just sat on the back objective, but they died by end of turn 2.
Yeah,
turn 2 I killed them.
Soaked up a lot of bullets.
They did take a lot of bullets. They took a lot of bullets. To be fair, that weren't being fired into Terminators or the tank and things. But anyway, that's the game done. So, like I said, I got 91-47. So victory for the first. I mean, they're the ones that should win. This is the Imperium, and just yeah. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time. Hello and welcome to another Yoldi Battlettes, and the phone rings.